your boy thinks he's too big for league things, right? We had MLS All-Star game. Everyone's really excited. Hey, this is a showcase. We sell our game to people. We're trying to grow our game, and our biggest cash cow. Hey, Leo, where you at? Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, Messi, for those that don't know the story, Messi and
He's my neighbor.
Teammate, he is your neighbor?
Yeah, for those who don't know the story.
Messi and Jordi Alba decided to skip the MLS All-Star game. This was something that kind of came together pretty quickly, and MLS had a league rule that if you willingly decided to not participate in the MLS All-Star game, you'd be suspended for a game. Inter Miami, we got into it last week with a Rodrigo de Paul signing. No one really knew if it was a designated player or a TAM signing. He's very handsome. We can talk about that in a second. But there is this notion that Inter Miami and the league have a unique relationship. They push the boundaries of what the rules are, and other MLS clubs are like pointing the finger at them saying, how are they allowed to do this? So Messi and Alba got suspended. Jorge Mas came out with a statement that was basically threatening MLS. Like, this will no doubt have an impact on how Leo thinks of this league. You're talking about a player that is out of contract come December. They're trying to keep him.
Leave.
So, he was basically upset that MLS didn't change its rules for Messi. Here's where the Inter Miami argument is, which is, look, we advanced to the knockout round of the Club World Cup. We made MLS millions of dollars by doing this. We made our own club millions of dollars, like in the neighborhood of $24 million approximately, in getting that far. Meanwhile, all the MLS clubs were embarrassing in this tournament. We were
How many extra games was that then?
It was just one extra game because they played PSG, who was just on an unbelievable tear until
got murdered.
They got to the final. No. They were in that first half. There were 3 successful passes beyond midfield in the PSG zone. So it was an ass kicking.
It was what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, but
we wouldn't be surprised that the Nuggets destroyed the Mexico City Capitanes of the G League, right?
Here's my question to Mike, though. If, let's say MLS looks at the entire situation, like you just laid out, and says, okay, you know what? Last second rule change. This team in particular has done so much. They've represented our league very well. Not injured per se, but we want to avoid that possibility going forward. We are not going to suspend him or Jordi Alba for this particular, not showing up for the All-Star game. How do you think that's received?
I think that MLS was put in a difficult spot because they're already kind of pushing the rules a little bit with this Rodrigo de Paul signing, and a lot of teams were confused as to how they were able to pull it off. Basically, he's a TAM player this year, but next year he gets to be a designated player. There was a genuine confusion in the MLS office.
They're just working through loopholes, basically.
Right. And to the Moss family credit, these people push the limits. They want to spend more money. They want MLS to make more aggressive moves because they think the league is being held back by this conservative approach. And their argument is pretty solid when you consider Don Garber released the streaming numbers for the first time last week, and they are abysmal. Abysmal. Less than 200,000 people a game, your average audience for MLS. That is terrible. And he felt almost proud in saying, that's way up from last year. Whoa, this is not a way to grow the league at this moment. They probably went too early in this paywall model. And there's so many free deals out there now for MLS. If you have a certain cellular carrier, a certain cable carrier, you essentially get this for free. So that is a really bad number.
But I think when we found this, even on the NFL side with the Amazon games, it's whenever you have these non-traditional ways of viewing games, even if they're free, you are automatically losing a portion of your audience because people are like, I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Where the hell is this?
It is confusing, but I will say that I think MLS probably would have made a concession. You're playing, remember, only 3 or 4 MLS clubs made the Club World Cup. So those are extra fixtures, and this week begins the Leagues Cup where MLS plays Liga MX. So there's a lot of extra games that Inter Miami have to play compared to other MLS teams, and I can totally imagine a 39-year-old Leo Messi who's got a World Cup on the horizon playing all these games. You want me to play an all-star game, an exhibition?
Well,
you want
my
me to just
follow-up,
run around?
Mike, is that if he didn't get suspended, if they did bend the rules for him and Jordi, who really would have been that upset? We're talking one game. Like, would Cincinnati have just been like, oh, this is bull? Like, we're talking one game, and they understand, I would say, the finances, the business of it, right?
Bullshit, dude.